Hello, everyone. I'm Diane G. I'm an Akashic Records reader and an emotional energy healer, and this is Soul Cloud. Hello, everyone. So, if you have any questions or clearing requests, please just put it in the chat and we'll get to them later. And for now, we're going to be discussing our topic for today, which is Akashic Records 101, or the basics of Akashic Records, what the Akashic Records is, and what to ask during an Akashic Records reading, and what not to ask during an Akashic Records reading. Oh, thank you, Linda. You know, I practiced that for about 100 times with the video. Thank you. Hi, Rossi. Hi, Angela, Linda, Jacqueline. Thank you so much for joining me. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Wonderful mothers from our community. Okay. What is the Akashic Records? So, the Akashic Records is the record of everything that has ever happened and will happen in all there is. So, notice that I didn't use the word universe. It's because everything, all different types of universes included in the Akashic Records. So, you know the movie Everything, Everywhere, All at Once? Pretty much that's like the Akashic Records. Everything that's happening at the moment, everywhere. They are being recorded in the Akashic Records. And for all the modern people out there, I use this analogy. I got this from Laura Coe. She says it's like a spiritual cloud storage. So we know about cloud storages that we can upload files to it, right? And then we can access them. The Akashic Records is pretty much like that, except we don't really get to choose what we get to upload. Everything gets uploaded. So if you pinched your sister when you were kids, like when you were 5, and you thought your mother didn't know, you thought no one knew, well, the Akashic Records knows. So someone knows. So it's like a spiritual cloud storage or a soul cloud storage. Yeah, you see what I did there? So, what questions can I ask during an Akashic Records reading? You can ask questions about your soul path or journey because it's the main focus of the Akashic Records and the Akashic Records masters is to align us to our soul path and our soul journey. So we can ask our past lives, where we've been, and our lessons learned during those past lives. We can ask about our soul relationships and their significance on our soul journey, as well as our soul gifts. We can ask about them during an Akashic Records reading. Hi, Rossi. If I haven't said hi yet. And to everyone who's just joined, hi. Everyone who's watching the replay, hi. We can ask about our star seed origins and our star lineage. So it doesn't just encompass our lifetimes on Earth. It also includes our lifetimes in off Earth or our galactic lifetimes. You can ask about historical events and places. So you can ask about your house. You can ask the history of ancient places. Like during our practice session, Linda's mentioned this during our lives a while ago. We did Akashic Records reading for Göbekli Tepe. That's in Turkey or Turkey. So that's been fun. We can do that as well. We can also ask about past experiences influencing you in the present. So since I'm an emotional energy healer, I deal with this a lot, and I ask the records about this a lot, because there are many emotions that we carry from our past lifetimes, and we carry them to this lifetime because we failed, not really failed, but we still hold them and we haven't released them yet. So we can ask that about during an Akashic Records reading. Yes, please. Thank you, Jacqueline. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you still haven't. So here are the things that we should not ask during an Akashic Records reading. Advice on what to do. So the Akashic Records doesn't actually tell us what we should do, because the masters and the records, they respect our free will, and we can't really ask them, should I leave my husband, should I leave my boyfriend? They'll just tell you that's your choice. But we can ask them things that can help us decide on what to do. For example, when we're moving someplace, we can ask them if a certain place is aligned to our soul purpose. We also should not ask about the future. This is pretty debatable, because there are Akashic Records readers who can see through the future. Personally, when I see it in my mind's eye, they're blurry, because things are not really set in stone yet, and they might affect our free will. So, other than this, we shouldn't also ask about the timing, because the angelic soon is different from our soon. Like, the angelic soon can be 3 years. They can say soon and it's 3 years. So it's different from our idea of soon. They don't really have the same idea of a timing such as ours. We also should not ask about another person's soul path, history, or journey. So there are people who have ties with us. So if they are in our records, then we will learn about them, but we shouldn't really ask the records for their own records, for other people's records, because that's theirs. It's unethical. It's unethical for me. Yeah, and there are a lot of readers who also have this rule, follow this rule rather. Hello, Venus. Hello, everyone who's just joined us. If you have any Akashic Records questions and clearing requests, please just type it in the chat, and I'll get to them later after this discussion. And if you have also questions regarding the topic, please just put them in. We should also not ask a message from a loved one in spirit. This is more of a mediumship question. So it's not that we don't love grandma. We love grandma. It's just that we are communicating with different beings when we're doing Akashic Records readings. So when we want some message from a loved one in spirit, we should actually get some mediumship reading instead of an Akashic Records reading. It's more befitting. Please also don't ask the things that your reader is not comfortable reading about. This doesn't only apply for Akashic Records readings, but also on all different types of reading, like tarot card readings. You can ask your reader if you book with them in advance. So, what are the things that you can't ask about? For me, it's mostly political. I don't do political readings. It's just not my thing. So yeah, there. So if you have any questions, please put them in chat. And welcome to everyone who just came in. Happy Mother's Day to you if you're celebrating it today. That's it. Thank you so much for listening to me for the past almost 10 minutes. Hi, Millie. Hi, Donna. So I'm not seeing any questions yet. Oh, I see one. Okay, I got you, Jacqueline. So please just put in your questions in the chat. I'm going to open the Akashic Records now. You're surrounded by the pure white light of divine source. Yes, Archangel Michael, to protect and guide us when you call forth all of our angels, guides, beings of light, and Akashic Records masters to assist us now to receive information of the highest truth, highest frequency of light and love. Allow us to receive exactly what we need for the greatest good of humanity. Only the highest frequency of light and love can remain in the sacred space, and all objects in the sacred space. All other energies must leave now. All other energies must leave now. All other energies must leave now. Archangel Michael and Metatron, please hold the sacred space. Thank you. We open ourselves to the light, and with this light we open ourselves to the truth, and with this light we open ourselves to our soul's purpose. And with this light we open ourselves to be guided towards our highest good, the highest good of all, divine love. And so this group, consisting of the people watching the show, and the people who will join us later, and the people who will watch the replay, be given the truth to best serve them on their healing journey, into the love and acceptance that is most beneficial for them in this moment. And with this light and guidance, we unlock the energetic field of this group to receive the record of their souls. The records are now open. Okay. The records are now open. So we have a question from Jacqueline. Is there a past life experience that in knowing about it would help me on my journey in this lifetime? This might be a galactic lifetime because right now I'm seeing like a sphere and it's floating on top of clouds. So I'm asking the masters if this is a galactic lifetime. They're telling me yes. I'm just gonna check. I'm just gonna check what star system this is from because I'm unfamiliar with the image. They're telling me this is from Lyra. Lyra, okay. Oh, so you were flying. That's why I'm seeing like clouds. And you're observing. They're showing me how beautiful this planet is. Like from you're looking at it from afar. How is this past life significant now? So this was before the Lyran Wars. You don't seem to be from Lyra. Was she Lyran during this lifetime? So no, you were not from Lyra, but you were visiting the planet during that time. You've been assigned to Lyra. You were an Arcturian, I think, during this lifetime, and you were visiting Lyra. You're telling me that your love for the Lyrans is part of the reason why you came here. Your experiences, rather, while being assigned in Lyra, is part of the reason why you came on Earth. Lyra was destroyed many, many million years ago, and you took on a mission to go to Earth so it does not happen again on Earth. You chose to go through hardships. You knew that it's going to be a multi-lifetime mission for you, but you took on this mission because the hardships that you're going through right now, you can take on it. This was your mentality when you agreed to go to Earth, that you can take on it, but you couldn't take another destruction of a beautiful planet. And for you, Earth is such a beautiful planet. So I hope that resonates for you, Jacqueline, and I hope it helps. And thank you so much for your question. That was interesting. Angela, I got your question, and Lindsay. Are Arcturians blue? Some of them are. Um, I had a mission there recently, and the Arcturian that I was working with was light blue. But I know that there are green ones, but I haven't seen them yet. Usually, I work with the blue ones. Oh, hello, Sunnyland. Welcome. Okay. Our next question. Do I have a past lifetime in Ireland or Scotland? My grandpa and dad were named Belfield. I'm going to UK in June. Where can I connect better to my ancestors or a past life while there? Let's see first if you have a past lifetime in Ireland or Scotland. I'm getting a yes on Ireland and a no on Scotland. I'm seeing like a vast green field. This, I think, was a Celtic lifetime. I'm not sure about the time period because I'm seeing like spears in the tribe. Where was this? When was this? Like 4000 BC. So what I'm seeing. You're like a chief or a leader during this time. Why are you showing me this? Significance. Oh, they're telling me that some of your relatives in this lifetime were also with you during that Celtic lifetime. I'm seeing one in particular. Um, your grandpa. But during this lifetime, you were older than him. You were both male in this lifetime. And there was so much respect between you two. I mean, that's a given because you were like the leader and this was a younger person. So respect is given. But they're telling me that even as a leader, even as an older person, you gave that respect back to him, to your grandpa, during that lifetime. And it's something that he carried and he remembered. So I don't really know where this was because this was a long time ago, like 4000 BC is a long time ago. So I didn't see any landmarks there. Um, but I hope that helps, Angela. And thank you so much for your question. Next, we have Lindsay. Hi, Diane. I would love messages having to do with my family, especially my offspring, sister, brother, and my dad, with what I most need to see at this time for my highest good and help moving forward. Um, Lindsay, I can't really get messages from them, but um, I'll try to get messages for you from the records masters. Okay, I got your question, Annie Bear. Okay, Lindsay. Any other lives or whatever else? Okay. I'm not seeing anything with all of them, so I'm just going to um, check which one they want to show me. If it's a child, the sister, the brother, the brat, or the dad. But as a group, this might be the first time that you all came together as a family. But it doesn't mean that you didn't share past lifetimes with each of them. Okay. So I asked them about a past lifetime that you have with your child, and I saw a toddler, like perhaps 3 or 2 years old. Um, she's a girl, and she's wearing Victorian era attire. And she was holding on to her mother. During back thrust. Sorry about that. During the, you reversed together. Cell. As, but in a previous life, the I changing the. Okay, thank you so much. Whew. Thank you for swishing that clearer connection, Annie Bear. I think it's fixed now. I am deeply sorry about that. I'm just checking the comments for any messages and requests that I've missed. Oh, I'm sorry, Lindsay. Um, in case you didn't get to hear the reading a while ago, I saw a Victorian era lifetime for you and your daughter. I don't know if they're your daughter this lifetime, but during that lifetime, your offspring, this particular offspring that you had, was your mother. And it's a role reversal now. There are things, there are lessons that you need to go through in this lifetime. But it was a relationship of mutual respect as well. You trusted your mom during that lifetime, and I think that's the reason why you came back together during this one. So I hope that helps, and I hope you got it now. Hello, White Dragon. Hello, Donna. Josh, Fiona, Sunny, if I haven't said hi yet. Okay. I'm not seeing your question, Donna. Please retype it again. I have errands. I just have errands left. Oh, and Annie Bears. May I ask of my connection with Lemuria, please? Okay. So it's not your first lifetime on Earth, Annie Bear. I know that you're an Earth soul. Lemuria wasn't your first lifetime. For most of us, it is. So I'm just gonna check um your lifetime in Lemuria. They're telling me Hawaii. This is the modern day Hawaii. Like physical? They're telling me cultural. Culturally, your experiences in Lemuria are very similar to Hawaiian culture now. And they're showing me you with your family during that time. You were cooking something. Was it cooking or are they just no, they're saying no. You're just sitting around the bonfire. I see this a lot in Lemuria. Like at night, we usually gather in bonfires and we say stories with each other when we sing songs and we dance. For this one, I see you. You're telling a story. Mhm. And everyone around you is just entranced while you're telling the story. And this was a story that um, you experienced during the day. But when you tell your story, people can't help but just be entranced by what you say. And telling me poetry is something that you carried with you for several lifetimes. It's your words. They're telling me it's your words that people love. There's magic in your words, is what the masters are telling me. So I hope that helps, Annie Bear. That was really lovely image. Thank you so much for asking that question and for your patience. I know I went offline for a bit. Thank you so much for staying with me. And if you have any questions that I missed, please just let me know. Um, I have Erin O'Nugent's um, question next. Any particular past lifetimes influencing me in this one? I'm seeing a train, and you were a boy riding the train. You were with your father and a smaller sister. You were like 8 or 9 years old during this time. They're telling me this is an American lifetime in the West. I don't know where in the West. You very much enjoyed this train ride in this lifetime. What's the significance of this lifetime in her present one? They're telling me it's the marvel. It's not the train itself, but it's the marvel. It's the childlike wonder in your eyes that they're telling me to focus on. And it's something that you carry in this lifetime as well. They're reminding you to not lose that childlike wonder. Because you see the world differently from others. This is a lovely message. You see the world differently from others. For some, it's a flower. But for you, you see the petals, you see the purples, you see the whites, you see the green leaves, and how beautiful it curves. You see the beauty and detail in the smallest things. And that is a gift that you carry to this lifetime that you may not notice, but is special to you. So you got a soul gift, Erin. That's a wonderful gift that you have. And they're showing me the flower. It's so pretty. Like they're for a brief while they're showing me how you saw the flower. And it was very detailed and it was very magical. So I hope that helps, Erin. Yeah, she dreams in color. Sunny. Are the questions still open? Yes, I'll try to get to them all. I'm not seeing anything after Erin. So yes, please type your question if you still have them. Play Love Remember. Couldn't lose if I tried. It's true, but it has been to my detriment sometimes. Sometimes our spiritual gifts work that way, but it's our perspective of them that because some gifts like my gift is being emotional. Like I'm tuned into my emotions, and for other people, I am very sensitive. But if I look at it from a different perspective, this is a gift that's helping me to connect with people because I know how people feel. And I think for you, it may also work that way. For other people, they might see it as you're over focusing on things. But you can also see it as you're very appreciative of the smallest things. Our soul gifts may not be to other people's tastes, but they are our soul gifts. And there are people who will appreciate our soul gifts if they get to know us. So I hope that helps, Erin. And again, thank you so much for your question and your feedback. Okay, what did I bring with me into this lifetime? Okay, I have Millie's and Venus's question. I think these are going to be our last questions for today. I'm just gonna put in questions are not closed. Oh, I got your question, Fiona. Okay, I'll see if I can get to everyone. What did I bring with me into this lifetime? I'm seeing water, like it's a pond, and you were playing with the water, like you were scooping water and pouring it back. You were like you're in your teens and you're female in this lifetime. Oh, they're telling me it's the reflection that I should focus on. You're able to self-reflect and you are self-aware. This is a gift that not all souls have. You can be critical of yourself sometimes. So this is like a reminder not to be too critical and use your reflection to move forward and grow, because self-awareness is the first step to healing and change. That's it. I hope that resonates with you, Venus, and I hope that helps. So we're getting a lot of soul gifts today. Okay, I got your question, Playlove. Remember, I'll try to get to them, but after that, we're done for today. Okay. Can I hear about the lifetime I died on a spaceship? A spaceship. Okay. This is interesting. Is this in there? So I'm getting this is from an Orion lifetime. You see, Orion has been in a long period of civil war. Um, it was the Black League resistance versus the Draconian Empire. So Orion is a pretty big constellation, right? A lot of the stars in that constellation were under the Draconian influence, the Draconian Empire. And there were three stars, particularly the Orion's belt, that were a part or the central part of the resistance. I'm hearing Al Nilam. So you're from Al Nilam in this lifetime. You were from one of the stars in the Orion's belt. So this was a peaceful star system, and you were a part of that. You were working as a spy in this lifetime. Like you infiltrated the Draconian Empire and reported back to the Black League resistance to help them with their resistance. Unfortunately, during this lifetime, the Draconian Empire people, they caught on you. And they're telling me that was the reason why you died in that spaceship. They're telling me that in hindsight, there's nothing that you regretted because you fought for what you believed in. And the information that you had and you got from the Empire, they were very helpful to the resistance. How is this? How is this significant in our personal lifetime? I'm hearing no regrets. Like a huge capital. No regrets is what they're telling me. So they're just um, telling me that you lived your life with no regrets. And it's something that you can um, use as well in this present lifetime. It's the mentality of having no regrets and living your life to the fullest. That is so interesting. That war with the Draconian Empire has been going on for a long time. Well, no more, yes. They went to the light pretty recently. Maybe it's thousands of years ago. But um, yeah, it's been peaceful in Orion now. And kudos to Millie for fighting for the resistance. Next, Fiona, was I a writer in a past life? So for this, this yes or no question, I'm going to use my Mjolnir. I'm pretty geeky, I know. Was Fiona a writer in a past lifetime? I'm getting a small no on that, Fiona. So other than a writer, what was she? I'm hearing lyricist. You wrote lyrics for songs. And music. You wrote music. You were a man in this lifetime with a mustache. And I see you writing music. So it's not lyrics. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. But this was music. You wrote music for violins and pianos. France is what I'm hearing. And I'm seeing the number 1831. This was in 1831. You weren't very popular, but you wrote music to your heart's content. It frustrated you that you weren't very successful. But at the same time, you were doing your best. And music filled your heart. Your love for music filled the spaces left by that frustration, is what the masters are telling me. So I wonder, Fiona, if you like music or if you've ever delved into composing music this lifetime. This has been interesting. Hello, Judith. So thank you so much for your question, Fiona, and I hope that helps. Our last question for today: is there anything I need to be aware of in this lifetime, including my health in this lifetime from other lifetimes? Okay. Please know, disclaimer, any advice given on this show and my previous shows does not supersede or replace your medical professional's advice. Please always ask your medical professional for your health, okay? I asked if there are any particular lifetimes that are affecting your health in this one. They're saying yes. And I'm seeing you as a baby. Like you're no more than a few months old. Like maybe 3 months old baby. This was a past lifetime, not this one. You came from a poor background family. And hunger was something you dealt with constantly. And as a baby, you cry. Sorry, I went dark again. Um, if you didn't catch what I was saying a while ago, you were a baby and you dealt with constant hunger because you came from a poor background. And it's something that you still carry in this lifetime, Play Love Remember. It's the mentality of lack. Because during that lifetime, you dealt with hunger a lot. Is it something that we can clear right now? Where is this trapped? They're showing me the small intestines. This is trapped in the small intestines. Play Love Remember, please let me know if this is something that you want to clear. If it's something that you want to clear, play Love Remember. Oh, okay. I just saw yes. Okay, let's clear this. Because this is a trapped emotion that may no longer be applicable to you, and you're just carrying it in this lifetime, and you may also be carrying it in the future. So it's better that we clear it if you're open to it. You request a clearing? Is this for your trauma, anxiety, and any and all trauma related to this past life, no lifetime, no cellular structure, the past, present, and future, no timelines and all lifetimes. For Play Love Remembers highest good, the highest of the fall, the most benevolent outcome. Akashic Records Masters. Yes, it is. Emotion be cleared. And it's done. Thank you so much for your question, Play Love Remember. And I hope that helps. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. I know I had a bad internet connection. Again, I apologize for that. Thank you so much for sticking by. Oh, thank you so much for your feedback, Annie Bear. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in our community. So this week I will be joining Ali and Diana Bowles and Dwight Dragon Paul, who's with us today. Hi, Paul. That will be on Thursday, the 15th at 6 p.m. EST, if I'm not mistaken. Please join us again. And next week, I will also have another episode of Soul Cloud. So I hope you also join me. The topic for next week is Starseed Origins. Exciting. So we're going to look into our starseed origins. So if you would like to know what star system you came from, please join me again next week for another episode. So thank you so much, everyone. And I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.